In wine there is wisdom, in beer there is freedom, in water there is bacteria. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. A penny saved is a penny earned. To find out a girl's faults, praise her to her girlfriends. A slip of the foot you may soon recover, but a slip of the tongue you may never get over. If Jack's in love, he's no judge of Jill's beauty. Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Being ignorant is not so much a shame as being unwilling to learn. Be at war with your vices, at peace with your neighbors, and let every new year find you a better man. When you are finished changing, you're finished. Happiness depends more on the inward disposition of mind than on outward circumstances. They who can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. You may delay, but time will not. It is the first responsibility of every citizen to question the authority. Remember not only to say the right thing in the right place, but far more difficult still, to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. Trouble knocked at the door, but hearing laughter, hurried away. Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. Never ruin an apology with an excuse. I didn't fail the test, I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. Well done is better than well said. Instead of cursing the darkness, light a candle. If all printers were determined not to print anything till they were sure it would offend nobody, there would be very little printed. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. The Constitution only guarantees the American people the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself. 'Tis a great confidence in a friend to tell him your faults, greater to tell him his. Never confuse motion with action. Whatever is begun in anger ends in shame. Be slow in choosing a friend, slower in changing. Life's biggest tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. It is better to take many injuries than to give one. No gains without pains. Hot things, sharp things, sweet things, cold things, all rot the teeth and make them look like old things. A fat kitchen, a lean will. A learned blockhead is a greater blockhead than an ignorant one. He's the best physician that knows the worthlessness of the most medicines. Love your enemies, for they tell you your fault. A man of knowledge, like a rich soil, feeds, if not a world of corn, a world of weeds. Certainly these things agree. The priest, the lawyer, death, all three. Death takes both the weak and the strong. The lawyer takes from both right and wrong, and the priest from living and dead has his fee. A new truth is a truth, an old error is an error. Fish and visitors stink in 3 days. Against diseases, here the strongest fence is the defensive virtue, abstinence. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Eat to live and not live to eat. What more valuable than gold? Diamonds, then diamonds, virtue. If a man empties his purse into his head, no man can take it away from him. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. Be not sick too late, nor well too soon. Be temperate in wine and eating, girls, sloth, or the gout will seize you and plague you both. One today is worth two tomorrows. Beware of the young doctor and the old barber. Clean your finger before you point at. Cheese and salt meat should be sparingly eaten. Dangerous, therefore, is it to take shelter under a tree during a thunder gust. It has been fatal to many, both men and beasts. Do not squander time, for that is the stuff life is made of. Don't go to the doctor with every distemper, nor to the lawyer with every quarrel, nor to the pot for every thirst. Don't misinform your doctor, nor your lawyer. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. God heals, and the doctor takes the fees. Hide not your talents, they for use were made. What's a sundial in the shade? He that drinks his cider alone, let him catch his horse alone. He that waits upon fortune is never sure of a dinner. He's a fool that makes his doctor his heir. I have never seen the philosopher's stone that turns lead into gold, but I have known the pursuit of it turn a man's gold into lead. I say it is impossible that so sensible a people under such circumstances should have lived so long by the smoky, unwholesome, and enormously expensive light of candles, if they had really known that they might have had as much pure light of the sun for nothing. Lost time is never found again. If we are industrious, we shall never starve, for at the workingman's house hunger looks in, but dares not enter. Nor will the bailiff or the constable enter, for industry pays debts, while despair increaseth them. Better slip with foot than tongue. In general, mankind, since the improvement of cookery, eat about twice as much as nature requires. It seems to me that if statesmen had a little more arithmetic, or were accustomed to calculation, wars would be much less frequent. Let the experiment be made. Many dishes, many diseases. Many medicines, few cures. Love, cough, a smoke can't well be hid. One should eat to live, not live to eat. Money never made a man happy yet, nor will it. There is nothing in its nature to produce happiness. The more a man has, the more he wants. And instead of filling a vacuum, it makes one. To lengthen thy life, lessen thy meals. Our new Constitution is now established and has an appearance that promises permanency. But in this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes. Some men grow mad by studying much to know, but who grows mad by studying good to grow? The best of all medicines are rest and fasting. If you would not be forgotten, as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading or do things worth the writing. The body of Benjamin Franklin, printer, like the cover of an old book, its contents torn out and stripped of its lettering and gilding, lies here, food for worms. But the work shall not be lost, for it will, as he believed, appear once more in a new and more elegant edition, revised and corrected by the author. The greatest inventions are those inquiries which tend to increase the power of man over matter. The eye of the master will do more work than both his hands. Time is a herb that cures all diseases. What is the use of a newborn child? When asked of the use of a new invention, speak little, do much. Women are books and men the reader be. The way to see by faith is to shut the eye of reason. In the affairs of this world, men are saved not by faith but by the lack of it. A friend in need is a friend indeed. He that lies down with dogs shall rise up with fleas. There never was a good war or a bad peace. Lost time is never found again. Pardoning the bad is injuring the good. A right heart exceeds all. Wish not so much to live long as to live well. Glass, china, and reputation are easily cracked and never well mended. Hide not your talents, they for use were made. What's a sundial in the shade? Pardoning the bad is injuring the good. Haste makes waste. When you're good to others, you're best to yourself.